Hi guys, today I'm going to tell you how to make the Wither Storm tutorial, kind of. This is no, I'm not going to rebuild the entire Wither Storm for this like I did with my last tutorial video, but I don't recommend you watch that because that one was terrible, absolutely disgusting and horrible. Now, yeah, this is a lot of connections. Alright, so I'm gonna have to go through them. Yeah, this is gonna be a nightmare. But this is still kind of a tutorial. I have links in the description to really good tutorials, basically. You'll see later in the video. So, very important. For the Witherstorm model, I recommend you try and copy the real Witherstorm model from this website called Sketchfab. Basically, just search up the Witherstorm model and just try and rebuild it. And yeah, this is going to be a bit of a pain for you, but trust me, I had to go through it. And if you want to have a good Witherstorm, you have to go through it as well, I guess. It's just pain going through all of this, but it'll be worth it, trust me. And the tentacle models as well, you need to copy them from Sketchfab. Because the tentacles, so copy those from all the tentacles and the body from Sketchfab, but don't place the tentacles onto the body. Have them make one tentacle and have it separately. You don't need to make the other tentacles, but then add a very noticeable block where the tentacles are supposed to go on the body. You'll see why later. And that's the exact color for the body, if anyone's wondering. And for the debris and stuff. Let's just get rid of the sign. Alright, so the tentacle tutorials. I see a lot of people really wanting a tentacle tutorial in many people's videos. So, yeah, basically for the tentacles tutorial. Oh, by the way, for the heads, don't do those either. Just have this little servo thing. So just have one servo connecting there, a wood block, and then another servo. And I'll copy these exact ones over here. The reverse rotation on the first one, that's optional. Alright, so see, just need to copy those. Yeah, the reverse rotation is optional, but the second one, or the second one that's pointing, it's pointing inside the Wither Storm. Yeah, that one is important to not have it reverse rotation. Now, by the way, as well, very important. If it doesn't connect your heads, then just add like a glue block connected to the servo that's inside the head and hidden, so then it'll connect. Now, here, if you want, you can add the bowels as well inside, like what I did, but I won't have a tutorial for that because that's pretty much just all optional. Alright, so, and if you want for the eyes, you could do a little extra bit there. But I'll show you how to do the heads. I'll show you how to do or kind of, yeah. So look, here are the credits. Now, the body and tentacle models, those you get them from Sketchfab. The head and beam from McBuilderson. So I'll have his head and beam tutorials linked in the description. Follow them, they are very good. Although what I'd like to say is, they're a bit too big for my Wither Storm. So, the blocks, let's say, I like them a little bit, yeah, by the way, you make sure you use this color because you used the different one in the video. Yeah, but as I was saying, they're a bit too big, these blocks, for my head, because when I try to make the head with those big blocks, it was a disaster. So what I recommend doing is, look, with the scale tool, do 0.5 and just scale it in by 1. So now I have a block that's 1.5 by 1.5 by 1.5. Now, this will be your basic tool or this will be your basic block now. Then you scale by 1.5, you get to scale it around and stuff. But be careful because then the heads, when you build them, they'll be a bit smaller than if you may use normal blocks. And because if you use normal blocks, I have it on my other Wither Storm video. They're terrible. It looks ugly. It looks so big. So just make sure you have a 1.5 thing here. Now you could add a little extra neon for the beam, any extra neon square. And look, these you didn't actually show them in the video because it got crashed. This is the stuff you need. And look, so make sure you have like a wood block connecting the servo to that piece of wood. And see how it's reverse rotation there. If you put it on the other side of the head, then or like over here, then reverse rotation has to be off. Alright, I have it on because I have it on the other side of the head. Alright. Now, as you can see inside the mouth, I put a little extra darker bit inside, but that's all optional as well. See, look, yeah, it's optional, but I like it because it adds the Witherstorm look. Yeah, it's a bit poking out there. Now, and it's very important that you made the beam after the head because, yeah, it would be disaster. Alright, make sure that they're connected to the... Yeah, make sure these... And also, look, the color of the servos are different to the body because then it would be dark. So you have to use that color for the servos. So that would be the same color. I don't know why. Servos are just darker. Now, where were we? Oh, yeah. Alright. Tentacle tutorials. Oh, by the way, about the debris. The debris, you can follow the Mars later his video, linked in the description as well. He has a debris tutorial. Came out quite recently actually, but yeah, he made a debris tutorial. And okay, so yeah, over here, the Mars later made a debris tutorial. So you can follow that. And he also helped with the head mechanics, which are those like two servos with the wood connecting. For the tentacles, I'd say follow Frosted RE's video, also linked in the description, and because it really helps there. And you just mix up the servo settings just to make it a little bit to your style, and rotate them as well, the entire tentacle, so they could be poking different directions. Because if they're both taking, if they're going the same direction, then it's gonna be bad. It looks fake. Now, all right, to the wiring. This is the most confusing part because I have it all connected to one switch, so it looks like this. It looks like a mess. You don't have to do it with one switch, or you don't have to do it that close with each other, but that's what I did. So because so instead I just need one switch, and then the entire thing is activated. You only need just one switch. Now, just make sure the switches are connected to the wheels for the debris, because the delay blocks won't work. Now, so look, serial spore, make sure that they're connected to these like triangle and an extra one here. That's set of 4 delays, which they're not in any order. Just connect one of these servos, the back servo, to one of them. Make sure they're not all connected to the same one, because then they'll have the same movement. They'll move at the same time, which is kind of obvious and that it looks fake. So just make sure they're connected to different ones, and make sure they're connected to each other, so they go into a circle motion. Just so they'll do it all the time on loop, so you don't have to flick the switch multiple times. And I also use some spike blocks for the beams and tentacles. By the way, make sure all the beams are collision off, because then the Witherstorm, when it tries to look down, it will just not work at all. Because the beams will be colliding with the ground, and you don't want that to happen. Now, make sure you have about like 9 delay blocks connected to the jaw servo. Now, what I recommend is having the switch connect to the servos that move the head up and down, the front one, and then the delay blocks them when you want the heads to move whenever you want, and whenever you connect them, make sure they connect to a future delay block so they can close as well by themselves, and make sure that when they open, make sure that the servo goes up and down, gets connected as well to make when they roar, their heads look up to make it more realistic. And then obviously you have to do the same thing with the closing jaw delay. So then when it just looks back down when it's done roaring. Alright, I kind of got disconnected, so I kind of need to reload the thing. And yeah, just letting you know, it's gonna take ages to load. And there's also I also have like 6 or 5 servos nearby, or not servos, delay blocks. But you could see those in Frosted RE's video. I don't really need to explain them. They're kind of self-explanatory if you watch this video. Alright. Now, just need to go inside the Witherstorm. So it's done loading. Okay. So if you want, you can have like TNT inside, connected to a switch, connected to the command block. So you can explode the entire thing. Because I did it in my video, and it's like a roleplay thing, so you can break the command block. And you can also have lights in here if you want, if it's a bit too bright, or if it's a bit too dark, I meant. But that's all optional, so you don't really need them. So yeah, basically this is the Witherstorm, and yeah, as like I said earlier, if you want, you can add like a nice lighter square of neon to the inside of the eye to make it look more, not movie realistic, because it didn't have that. Oh yeah, it's very important. You need to have a stick and a massive brick of titanium here. Oh my goodness, this 10,000 titanium. What the actual hell? Okay, this is because the entire thing's too light, so I have to use that. And you have to have a stick. Make sure it's not touching the ground. It just has to be a little bit levitating above the ground, so the wither storm can float. Because if you don't have the stick, then it will just sink to the ground. Also, make sure that big brick here has collision on, because the entire point of that brick is to be heavy, and if it doesn't have collision on, then what's the point? So basically, without that stick as well, it will just not sink to the ground, but it won't float. It will just like fall to the ground, which is not really movie realistic or Minecraft story mode accurate, or whatever. So here's how you control it. You have to sit in a chair connected to any part of the build that's connected to the Wither Storm's body. Like I'm connected to the command block, which is connected to the bowels, which is connected to the Wither Storm. As you can see, the floor is connected to the floor, which is connected to the outside the Wither Storm. So just make sure everything's connected. And also, I didn't mention it yet, the tentacles, make sure they have collision off, because then they'll interfere with the entire thing. Then just place a cake and you make sure it's like going inside the command block. Optional, you can turn the transparency all the way up with the cake. And now delete the chair. You don't need a jetpack, but if you want it just to fly even higher, then okay. Make sure you jump and then an anchor. And as long as you flip the switch, then it will just start to work. Now, this is the thing. If you don't connect, or if you don't make the tentacles look in the same direction, that'll be good. This looks something like this. But if they all look the same direction, then they'll all be flopping the same way. Which is just no bad. So make sure they're all facing different directions. I like it specifically in the Minecraft story mode way. So like the right one is facing up, the left one is facing down, the top left one is just facing the front, the top left, the very top left one is facing the just the corner, and the top right one is facing just straight ahead, just like this one. By the way, yes, all the tutorials are linked in the description. If this helped, hit the like button, subscribe, and yeah, please don't dislike, because this is kind of not like the tutorial that you'd expect. Like I'm not just gonna rebuild this thing from scratch. I'm just kind of explaining it, and have but I do have the tutorials linked in the description. So that could help you if you haven't seen them before. Then good. Also, if you move too much, then the servos will break. And see, see, sometimes they're really fixable, but other times, like the jaw goes upside down and goes backwards. So just don't move around too much with it. So don't just be WA if you're on keyboard too much, because then you'll screw up your Wither Storm. Alright, hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If it helped, hit the like button. If it didn't help, go away. Never come back to this channel again. Alright, so that's the tutorial. Bye guys. Also, do not delete that massive titanium brick, because then you'll fall and you will die a very painful death. What the hell happened to the Wither Storm? I think, guys, I think it died. Okay, I have the TNT. Okay, I'm blowing it up now. Bye bye, Wither. Oh, yeah. If you have TNT, you can get sent to space. What the hell? I guess I got anti-cheated back down here. Okay. I hope this tutorial helped you guys. All the tutorials are linked in the description. Bye, guys. You can click off now. Seriously, bro. Just click off. Subscribe. Do it right now. Why are you still watching this? Just click off. Why are you guys still watching? The tutorial is over. You're just watching a black screen. I 100% promise you there's absolutely nothing off this black screen. Yeah, you can keep watching if you want. It's just gonna be a waste of your time. There's nothing off the black screen. Click off already. There's nothing off the black screen. Just click off. That's the end of the video. The video's over. If you really want to see what's behind the black screen, I already told you. It's nothing.